Howdy people, welcome back to the channel. Now, becoming a police officer is a fantastic opportunity for a lot of people, whether it be financial or otherwise. And so you find that a lot of people will apply to join the JCF. However, deciding to becoming a police officer is a career choice that no one should take lightly. You have to be certain that this you really want to do, because it is a very stressful and dangerous job. You can leave for work today and kiss your family, kiss your daughter, your son, tell them goodbye, tell them later, and later never comes. That is how dangerous this job is. But separate and apart from that, policing takes a certain set of skills to be an effective police officer out there in the street, and so it is not a profession for everybody. Now, majority of people who decide to become police officers did so with the best of intentions. They had a desire to help people, they had a desire to serve, they had a desire to protect, right, and reassure. Now, in the police academy, they teach the fundamentals of how to go about doing all of that. But most importantly, them teach we how to treat people whenever we come in contact with them out there in the street. But for one reason or another, some of us forget the very reason why we decided to become police officers. We forget that we wanted to make a change, and we end up becoming the very thing that we wanted to change in the first place when we were outside looking in. So we join the work and we become a part of the problem. We become the very thing that we hated the most. And I mean, because we forget the fundamentals of how we were taught to treat people. And so we believe that treating people with dignity and respect is a sign of weakness. And I mean, but I don't really say it is a sign of strength. And so today, as the topic suggests, I want to focus on 5 particular skills that I believe every police officer must have at their disposal to equip themselves with whenever they come into contact with citizens out there in the street. You know what I mean? But before we get into that, guys, I'd appreciate it if you would drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and hit the post notification bell if you want to be notified for future content. Now, the first and most important is communication skill. Police can always use brute force to get a situation under control, and we see that play out on social media over and over and over again. But is it always the best option? Sometimes we have to take a step back and make a quick assessment of the situation and take the appropriate actions. But appropriate action no means physical force, it can also mean effective communication. And so police have to have the ability to communicate with others clearly and effectively in the best possible manner to achieve the best possible outcome. Right? They must be able to convey their message effectively and efficiently without causing misunderstanding, you know what I mean? And they have to know how to approach and take control of any given situation and don't allow it to escalate any further. Talking to people like them and nobody is a very good way for them to put up some level of resistance and drive a wedge between police and citizen. Something that we have to try to avoid at all costs. And I mean, police officer should in all instances try them very best to de-escalate any given situation rather than add fuel to the fire. We have to treat people with respect and dignity. Treat everybody like how you or yours would want to be treated. You know what I mean? Now, make we look at the other side of the coin, because out there really nice, it's not pretty. So on every situation we can deal with nice words and communication and whatnot. You understand, the reality is good communication skills can help prevent making a situation worse, but it doesn't necessarily make a bad situation any better. And so in some instances, right, some level of force will be needed based on the circumstances. Firm, assertive words will be used to deal with different situations. But again, guys, police must remain professional in the execution of their duties. There are times, when the police come into contact with certain individuals, these people doesn't necessarily make it easy and cooperate with the police. Some of them will resist, they will be disruptive. Some will decide to run, or some will decide to fight based on their intent and their perception of the officer's level of competence, and so at times taking control of the situation as quickly as possible where the appropriate force is the best course of action. But as officers of the law, right, we have to get with things together. We have to treat people good at all times. It go rough at times, but let us do the right thing regardless. Now guys, secondly, let's talk about problem solving skills for a bit. Like 95% of the time we are dealing with people who are the reason why you guys buy alarm system and trackers for your cars. The reason why you guys put on grills on your house and you're living it like you live in a jailhouse. Those are the kind of people that we are dealing with. We are dealing with people who honestly don't care about anything. Sometimes I find myself at calls having to ask my partner like, yo, how them people are making it through the day. I don't see how they are surviving most of the times because we are dealing with people who aren't logical. We are dealing with people who don't have no idea of how to resolve conflicts. We are dealing with people who are going through rough times, or they are going through a situation where it is so simple to resolve the issue, but for some reason or another, they are not capable of coming to a resolution. And most of the time, because no one wants to compromise, right? And police officers have to deal with a lot of dangerous people as well. And because of that, sometimes we are not seeing the positive side of people, right? And that kind of take a toll on your mind and your mental and your emotional well-being. But guess what? As police officers, we still have a job to do. The reality is police cannot solve the world's problem. They can't solve your family or your personal problem. But they have to have the ability to approach problems and find solutions in a quick and logical manner. A large portion of the incidents that we are called to will involve some level of dispute, whether they are played out in the public or in somebody's home. And so an officer should be able to help solve these disputes or reach a compromise between two conflicting parties before the situation escalates. And I mean, so having the ability to diffuse a potentially explosive situation and reach an amicable solution is very useful. Now, number 3 is professionalism. Guys, if a Jamaican don't know anything else about police officers, they know exactly when you are being unprofessional. They will tell you and look in your eye and tell us, police, you're unprofessional, you're not doing your job good. So it is very important, as a matter of fact, this is a policy within the JCF that every police officer must be professional in the execution of their duties. It means your behavior must be exemplary at all times, including when you are off duty or when nobody now look, right? When nobody now see you. Police officers are public servants who have a moral obligation to uphold the law. Therefore, they are held to the highest moral and ethical standards. This means your behavior, your attitude, and how you conduct yourself while you're on or off duty should reflect the standards of the organization. Your quality of work should be exceptional. So for example, whenever you are called upon by a citizen to deal with an issue, you should focus on the issue at hand and not the person. Don't criticize them, right? You understand? Don't put them down, don't look down upon them. Deal with the issue at hand. People look up to us, them look to us for guidance. They look to us as officers of the law, right? And them go judge we, right? Them go judge we based on how we look, how we walk, how we talk, how we speak, and how we conduct ourselves out there in the street. And so you have to stay true to your responsibilities and always fulfill the job requirements over personal gains, and ensure that your decisions and your behavior doesn't negatively impact your colleagues or the organization. Police officers should remain professional at all times, right? We should never be easily provoked or lose control. If you find yourself in a situation where you are being verbally or physically abused, then it is vital that you remain professional and continue to do your job within the remit of the law. Now guys, when I was in training, when I was in the academy, our instructor would often remind us that whatever offense is committed out there, it's not committed against us, the police. In simple terms, they must say, don't take the job personal. Yes, citizens will cuss you out. Yes, they will get on your last nerve. but it is vital that police remain calm, cool, and collective at all times. Our contact with citizens must be impactful and leave a good impression upon them. So guess what? The next officer who come along won't have to deal with any negative repercussion of what you did. I'll be a positive God did it, so you understand? Now, number 4, guys, is leadership. It is a very important skill for our police officers to have or develop. Even if you are the new kid on the block, it is very, very important. It doesn't mean you try to take over still, but you have to know how to lead from the front and exercise your initiative. Because when you roll upon a crime in progress, when you roll upon a severe traffic accident, a domestic dispute call, or any other call as a matter of fact, people look to you to take charge. And if you fail to do so, the situation will only get worse. So leadership affects your day-to-day workflow. If you are not able to take charge, the taxi man will park him vehicle or your boot out there on the street. Now, number 5, this is integrity, guys. Very, very important. A police officer must never compromise their integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing when you can easily do the wrong thing, right, and benefit from it. So even if nobody now look or no one now go know or no one will never find out, you should still do the right thing regardless. In my opinion, that sums up what integrity is in its entirety. As you guys can see, police officers require a very specific set of skills, many of which will be tested to the limit at some point in their career. Many of these skills and attributes require some level of development. It now go overnight, and so it is crucial that police officers exercise and practice on these skills so that they can be better equipped to handle whatever situation may present itself whenever they are dealing with the public. But yeah, that should do it for this video. What other skills or attributes do you think are important for police officers to have? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. And as always, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Take care.